Okay, so I know when we're camping, we're not exactly roughing it. Not that I claim that anyway. What many already consider to be an excessive campsite, well, it just got ridiculously excessive. Let me explain. Wait, stop. I have something that I have to tell you. It's a quick announcement, just really quick. I've never done this before, but Kevin with Lifestyle Overland, he's coming, or maybe he's already in town. I'm not really sure. But we are doing, he's got a little more experience with this because he's done this a couple of times and I haven't. But he wanted to do a meetup and he was like, hey, you want to do a meetup with me? I'm not hosting. 230 in Darche is actually hosting the meetup, but it's going to be my very first meetup, the Swell Runner very first meetup. And we're meeting up with Kevin with Lifestyle Overland. So if you are in the Salt Lake City area, like somewhere around in Utah or Salt Lake City and you want to travel up or whatever, it's going to be this Friday night, October 12th, from 6 to 8 p.m. at the brand new Grasshopper Trading Company support office located in Murray, Utah, 5206 Pinemont Drive. I'll put all the information in the description below. Also, make sure you're following me on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, you really need to. And I know maybe you don't want to like do multiple social medias, and I get that. But there's a lot of like, if you want to know what's happening like a little bit more up to the minute, you know, you need to follow us on Instagram. All right, back to what I was saying. Okay, so you know this. I camp with my kids pretty much every single time. And while I rarely only camp with 2 of the 7 kids, because 2 of them are out of the house and the other 2, while I rarely only camp with 2 of the kids, I've learned, actually as a parent, we learned a long time ago, the secret to, I don't know, maybe making the fighting a little bit less is, especially when you're going to be cooped up in tight quarters, is to have a little bit of variety. That is variety in terms of like space. Now, I should preface this by saying that I rarely set up this complete camp setup. If I'm going to be moving every day, I'll most likely not set everything up. And, but I will set everything up if I think I'm gonna be there for a couple of days, 2 to 3 nights or more, or if we think we're going to get some weather, rain, snow, really cold weather or whatever. But I will say this full and complete camp setup, it's really nice if you're going to be somewhere for a couple of days, or if, like I said, I'm going to have some cold weather or some rain or something like that, where I'd want to have some protection from the elements. Do you remember a few months back when we published that rig walk around video of Nick Atwell from Backwoods Overland? He had that amazingly, his setup was, it was enviable. I mean, I lusted after it. I coveted it. This setup was really great. And one of the things that set his setup apart from a lot of the other setups that I've seen and that we've looked at together, it was really this Darche 270-degree awning. That thing really made his site. I mean, it just really gave him tons of and it really gave him a whole lot of great covered living space. Good morning and welcome back to our channel. Today, I'm going to be removing the Foxwing awning from the turtleback trailer right here and replacing it with this new Darche awning that I got before the move. I've had it for a long time, but I'm super excited about it. And one of the reasons why I needed to get it done now is because on Monday, I'm going to be camping out in the parking lot over at CBI for 3 nights while they completely redo the front end and the back end of the 4Runner. But more on that next week. Let's get to the awning. I was so impressed with this awning. And not only, I mean, I already knew about it a little bit because Kevin had one of the first prototypes with us on the Anza Borrego trip. But when I really saw it in action there at Overland Expo West, I mean, it was just a massive amount of coverage. And so I called I believe his name is Justin with Darche. And I said, hey, I got to get one of these awnings. And he gave me a good deal. No, I didn't get it for free, but I wanted to get one of these awnings in because I had to have one of these on the turtleback. And so there's a couple of things here. Firstly, I'm really excited that the turtleback is now 4 inches taller because I think that means that I can actually, we'll see about how the usability is of the awning and being able to deploy sort of the back tent pole, back awning pole thingamajiggers on the tent. We'll find out next week, but I really, really wanted to get one of these awnings. So I've got one of these awnings. I've got the 3 wall panels. It's gonna make, I think, this trailer a compound. I just can't wait. And I'm gonna be living out of it next week for 3 nights while I'm at CBI, at the CBI headquarters. And I'm just really, really excited. So I wanted to get this thing put on. I don't think it's gonna be a super complicated or complex or time consuming install, but I guess we'll find out. What do you say we unbox this? I'm gonna try a trick. All right, let's see if this works. Huh. Oh yeah. So big and nice and beautiful and very, very stout actually. Look at this thing. So meaty. Every time I open this tool roll thing with all these things, I feel like I'm like in some movie where I'm about to order, like open up my, you know those movies where they open up the roll and they've got all those like tools of torture? That's kind of what I feel like. It's weird. Let's try 13. Oh, that seems to work. That was easy. It's a lot taller than I gave it credit for. And yes, the old Foxwing awning, along with 2 panels and the poles and all that stuff that go with it, will be for sale soon. Don't send me messages like direct messaging me or whatever. Like, just watch my Instagram handle. In a couple of weeks, whenever I get a free moment, I will post it up there for sale. It's pretty much brand new. It's been used 1 time, maybe twice, over at Overland Expo West. It's in perfect shape. All right, these are the brackets that Justin sent me, or maybe Dave from Turtleback sent them to me, or somebody. Anyway, these go on the turtleback and on the awning. All right, so it says to slide the provided M8 bolts into the back of the track and then use that to mount the brackets, but I don't see any I don't see any bolts. Now, I have other boxes, and maybe they're in one of these other boxes, and also maybe they're in another box that I lost. I was pretty sure that I was careful about, you know, all of these other boxes and stuff in the move, but you never know. I was pretty sure these are the side wall panel things. So it looks like there's 2 larger walls and 1 smaller wall, which would explain the 2 larger boxes and the 1 smaller box, which means probably no hardware, but I actually have plenty of bolts. I mean, it shouldn't be a problem. So I probably lost them, or maybe when I open up this thing. So I have a wrinkle, and that is this bolt right here is too long because it sticks out, and this thing won't go all the way in because of the positioning here. I realized there that, well, let me just take this down from here. So in order to get the bolts to where they're not, so I figured there was 2 ways to do this. I could either get a shorter bolt, but I wasn't quite sure that the shorter bolt would stick out enough here to get a good bite, or I could just, because there was plenty of space here, there was extra holes And so that's what I did. I just made it at an angle like that. And I think that'll work out just fine. Got to get the front, and then I'll be ready to plug this thing in. See the sparkles? I don't know what happened, but apparently one of the kids spilled sparkles all over the garage floor, and now it's all over the awning. It'll come off in the rain, no big deal, but I guess that's dad life, right? Got it. Install was easy. I expected it to be so. At this point, I wanted to flash forward a couple of days to the end of the first day of actually me being at the CBI headquarters. At this particular point in time, they had just finished installing the new Icon Stage 7 suspension setup. And by the way, as of right now, I've been driving on it for about 2 weeks, and it's been incredible. I mean, you never really know how you're gonna like something until you kind of sat on it for a little while. Literally, it's been remarkable. Tonight, I'm gonna be camping here. Got some, actually I just got a warning on the weather app thing that said there's gonna be hard freeze tonight between 2 a.m. and 9 a.m., which should be pretty fun and pretty interesting, which is one of the reasons why I set up the vestibule room. I'm getting ready to set up the awning, the Darche Awning, for the first time. I kind of messed around with it this afternoon, but I brought my heaters. I brought 2 heaters so that I could have one in the awning and then one in here, because the big heater is just too much for in here, but I brought the big heater for the awning. It's overkill, I know, but I kind of wanted to try configuration since I was going to be here for 3 nights anyway, and that way I can just, you know, hopefully 2 nights, but probably 3 nights, and that way I can just kind of see how it feels since I'm going to be living out of this setup for the next couple of days. Okay, let's get this awning thing set up. Right now, it's 5:09 p.m. and it says it's only 61 degrees out, but it's feeling chilly. I can feel the temperature dropping, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have this awning thing, is just so that I could kind of have some more living space, and really, like I said, I just wanted to play with it and test it out. You can already begin to see the awesomeness of this awning. It's just, it's capacious. Do you see this? There's so much room in here. You'd like do somersaults in here. So I gotta say, the construction quality and everything, it's really, really good. And there's a good overlap here. And there's zippers here. You can tie this stuff together. And the zippers are big zippers. And I love these giant pull tabs. See these giant pull tabs? They're huge. That one's got zippers. This one's just Velcro, which is just fine with me. All right, let's mount some stakes. Looks pretty good. If it was raining, water would be coming down right here. I'd have to try and cinch this up a little bit closer, but I'm holding it in place with a bungee, which isn't exactly ideal, but it's all I had with me. The purpose of this was to give myself a little bit of living space that was sort of like covered, protected, and warm. This space right now, it's actually so warm in here that I feel like I need to take off my little fleece vest thingamajigger. Okay, so today is Monday, October 8th, and as of right now, I've actually spent, well, you know, we did the remaining couple of days there in Idaho Falls at CBI headquarters with the awning, and then I just got back a couple of days, and if you follow me on Instagram, you know this. I just got back I just got back from a couple of days with a couple of kids in Ouray, Colorado. Ouray, this awning was really, really nice to have. I will say, I mean, it's not something I'm going to do every trip. It adds, I mean, it's going to add at least a half hour to the setup time, but I kind of wanted to go through the exercise of setting it up just to kind of start getting the muscle memory and kind of figuring out like my rhythm for setting this thing up. Because with everything, I mean, it'll get faster the more often you do something. With that said, it rained. It sleeted, there was heavy winds, which was kind of a problem with it because it created this sort of like, it was a lot more open in the front than it was in the back, and it created this sort of like nautilus shell of spiraling wind, you know what I mean? So I wish it would close up a little bit more in the front, but you know, it probably closes up more in the front for like a vehicle mount, but for the trailer, there's like a huge gap there. But you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna probably tweak some adjustments on it a little bit, you know, in terms of positioning. But other than that, it rained one night while I was preparing dinner, and I did bring a strap with me, and I was able to cinch the back up really close to the tent, and a couple of drops got through, but actually it was really good. I think if it was the right kind of wind with torrential downpour, you know, it'd probably get obviously more wet. But you know, I mean, that's kind of the trick, is camping and trying to, I don't know, hang out whenever there's like weather. That's one of the things that's really nice about this. There was tons of coverage, tons of space. I really love it. I'm really, really impressed with it so far. I mean, I can't say enough good things about it right now. I haven't used it very much. What?
Hi everybody. Bye.
Hi everybody. Bye.
Anyway, that's it for today, folks. I really, really appreciate you watching. If you're not subscribed, please make sure you're subscribed. Click the little subscribe button down below. Make sure you like it. Make sure you comment on it and talk about how crazy these guys are. See you next time, guys.
Sorry.